If this is your first time checking out the Gig Geezer, hey, thanks for coming by. And if you're a returning visitor of the Gig Geezer, hey, thanks for coming back. And if you would not mind, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. Alrighty, I decided to add one more since I had such a delay with actually putting out this particular segment of the Gig Geezer. I decided one more time to show an example of a catering / large delivery order, at least on the DoorDash app, in that here's how this one's set up. I had actually started my Sunday hustle about 45 minutes ago. Today is November 6, 2022. And of course, predictably, it's slow Sunday mornings, at least in my market, the Columbia, South Carolina metropolitan area. And the first order I actually accepted was a $9 UberEats order at Dunkin' Donut. It was going to the military facility. And the Dunkin' Donut location that I accepted the order, I knew that they were notoriously slow and inept, and it would be a wait before the order was ready. Not to mention going on base, it's a little time-consuming process. Getting on, not so much as getting on base, but just navigating your way around the base. So I threw that one back. Then a few minutes later, I accepted a 5-item, $7.50 order from Midwood Smokehouse. Now, I've had pretty good success at that place with respect to orders that have paid well. But when I looked at the items on that order, I'm like, nah, I'm passing. It was just a salad, some dressings, and another item. And so I threw that one back. And right after, almost immediately, I got a order that had setup required. It was from McAllister. But there was something about this order that said you need to accept this one. And I actually waited until the last second before I hit accept. Now this order has on there $8 offer. It says it's going to pay an additional $3 for setting up the order. Now presumably that's $11, but I don't trust DoorDash for anything. I just don't trust DoorDash, because DoorDash will say one thing and then it's another thing. So what I decided to do was share something that I mentioned already earlier in this segment of the Gig Geezer. So what I shared previously was that if you have a chance to see the actual receipt of the order, look for the delivery fee. I may not have mentioned it in these exact words, but my thought was look on the receipt if there is a delivery fee. And typically the delivery fee is our tip for the order that we accept. And so my thinking is, because where this one is going, if I don't see any delivery fee in there, then I'm gonna pass. Or if there was a small delivery fee, whatever the case may be. I could be wrong though, but we're gonna see on this one if I'm correct. So we're about, I want to say 7-8 minutes away from the drop-off location because of stoplights in this immediate area. And I'll get back with you on how much did this order pay. So the thinking is, if the Gig Geezer guess is right, in which what this order should pay, at least I have an idea what it's going to pay. I'm not going to divulge that number though, but I have an idea what it should pay. I've guessed right, and I've managed to live yet for another order. If I guess wrong, then the Gig Geezer has made an ass out of himself, and you get to see it. So I'll get back with you very shortly with upon completing this order. Well, as you can tell by my reaction, the Gig Geezer just made a fucking ass out of himself, going against what he normally has said and has advocated. And so we can chalk it up as one for the game, and one as proof is what I've been saying. When it says setup required, watch out. Right here on the inset, that is how much the order paid. No fucking tip. That is proof that you need to stay away from those orders when you see them like that. I'm not going to say that DoorDash stole a tip. I'm not even going to say that McAllister got over on me. I'm going to say that I made the wrong fucking decision. And I'm not going to say it was motivated out of pride. No. I took a chance on it because I saw where it was going, even though I was leery of the location. The reason why I took the order in part is because the last time I delivered there, which is on a different app, that order paid $63, and it went up to the same floor and everything. So that is the reason why I actually accepted the order, because of what happened last time. But I also knew that going to that location, there was a strong possibility that the order may not pay. So for me, after 1 hour being out here doing my hustle, I've made $8 fucking. Now, just for curiosity's sake, how much did you think I thought I should have gotten paid on that order? I thought it would have been, if the delivery fee actually applied, if the delivery fee did apply, then this order should have paid somewhere around $33. And just proof that it says the additional $3 and all, that's proof that you don't get the $3 fucking on this fucking orders, these type of orders. All you get is an $8 base. If I were to describe my range of emotions right now, I'm on steam. The best way to the best comparison I can make is if I were playing poker and some horseshoe makes some real classic horseshoe move, throwing in chips on a very weak and questionable hand, and then there may be two cards in the deck that could beat you, and this fucker catches that card on the river. That's the type of shit that really irks you. And so that's the type of shit that really irks you. So what do I do now? I just got to keep it moving. And like some say, count it to the game, chalk it up to the game. But there you go. What I've been saying all along, watch out for those setup required orders. Watch out for catering bag orders, because those are the ones that may not pay. They may not tip, and they may or may not tip, and I'm trying to help you make money. I really am. I have seen a comment where someone says that my commentary borders braggadocious and negative, and it's not so much that. I am not being a braggart. I'm not being arrogant. I mean, I like to think, with the extensive experience I have, I kind of know what I'm talking about, and so I talk in a rather direct and knowledgeable way. And if that is being arrogant and negative, then I'm not going to apologize, none whatsoever. But yeah, for those of you who have seen the Gig Geezer often talk of certain things, certain triumphs, and hey, look, I've never said that I'm correct 100% of the time. I've said that usually if you're going to be correct 75-80% of the time. This is not one of them. And so I'll leave it at that. I just found out that a DoorDash catering bag required order may not be a catering order, a true catering order, or a large order opportunity in which the order size is $100 or more. If you see here on the inset, this is the order. It is 1475 8 miles from Subway at a location that I really don't like going to. But I got there, of course, the order wasn't ready. It was Subway at this particular location. And so I waited about 15 minutes for the order, thinking that it was going to be of some significant size. And this was the extent of the catering bag required order. That's right. Now, you don't know what the number of items are in the order, but I confirmed twice with the restaurant, with the people at the Subway, this is who it's for, correct? He said, yes. All right, so I am right down the road from the drop-off location, and I'm gonna get back with you very quickly here. Now, if you may recall from a previous Gig Geezer segment, I said that you need to beware of orders that have catering bag required on it, the white bold font with the black background on it, catering bag required, and setup required, because those orders tend not to pay worth a damn. And then pretty much is what you see is what you're going to get on most of those orders. Now, that order offer was $14.57, and that's exactly what it paid. Now, what was interesting was that it said hand it to me, but then you look at the delivery instructions and it was saying, no, put it in the chair next to the door and ring the doorbell. And that's exactly what was done. So anyway, one other thing with that order, the customer was expecting to have ham added to the order. And the Subway people were discussing among themselves now, this is going to have to be paid extra. And they were looking at me about, am I going to pay the difference? I'm like, hell no, I'm not going to pay the difference. No ham, no ham. Just make as is. And that's exactly what I done too, because early on in my gig food delivery experience with DoorDash, there was a pizza restaurant, a pizzeria that did that. I mean, the guy was very adamant about it. Pay. It was $1.43 difference, because apparently what was shown on DoorDash and what was their actual menu was the discrepancy. And so I just to keep the fucking peace, I paid $1.43. But I'm thinking, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. Especially with DoorDash. You can't trust DoorDash for anything. Now, I did do something like that on UberEats, where it was the order, somehow the order didn't come through and I paid out of pocket, but it still took almost a week for me to get the money back from UberEats. And so I no longer step up for customers. If they ain't got it, we're just going to cancel the order. This is just bonus information for this particular segment of the Gig Geezer. And the reason being is because the more you do large order / catering order opportunities, the more opportunities you have with talking to people and them divulging information that you have suspected, and it turns out to be true. Now, admittedly, I actually attempted documenting another delivery in which I had a catering order, or it was a large order opportunity from DoorDash, and the number of items was like 22. The offer amount was $7.50 from Panera, and I went after it because after looking farther into the order, I recognized where it was going to, a place that I delivered to before, and well, it turned out that what I suspected, though, was that this order should pay more. It did pay more. What made that particular order something actually for material for this Gig Geezer segment was the fact that on the receipt there was a line item that noted tip, and that tip, my hope was coming to me, because the tip amount was like $22.50, maybe even it was a flat 25. But when I arrived at Panera at that location, the guy looked at me as if he saw a ghost, and then when I confirmed to him that this was an order that I was there to pick up, his face, he became crestfallen in his appearance, because he said, I thought I was delivering this. Well, the reason being, with me showing up, that meant that he wasn't gonna get that $25 tip. That was $25 he was looking for it to go into his pocket. Now, all that is to say, catering / large order opportunities are they're highly coveted, not only among us drivers for these apps like Dlivrd, DeliverThat, DoorDash, GrubHub, even UberEats. They're highly coveted among the people who work at these merchants, because this is extra money opportunity that they would not otherwise get. Now, this goes into the conversation I had with this particular order, as you see here on your screen. Now, this one was assigned to me by a catering app, and this is not the first time that I've delivered to these people. In fact, this thumbnail is actually one that describes me delivering an order to these people previously within recent weeks. Well, while waiting for the items to come out, the young lady told me she worked at a nearby restaurant. In fact, I'll give the name of the restaurant, Carrabba's, and she handled the catering opportunities that came through the store. Now, I shared in a recent, actually with another content creator, he put out a community post, and I told him the experience that I had with a Carrabba catering order delivery, in which the lady who was handling the catering orders, she quit on the spot when I showed up, because it wasn't because of me showing up, it was because the staff had fucked up on the order. They had prepared only half of the order. It was a DoorDash, in fact, it was a DoorDash drive order, which is then the former large order program, and she went off on them. She gathered her purse, dabbed a couple of tears from her eyes, and walked out. And so I ended up having to make 2 trips to that customer, and I was in constant contact with DoorDash. And what ended up happening on that particular order, the customer actually added a tip, and I eventually spoke to that customer at another while I was in the process of doing another DoorDash pickup at a Firehouse Sub, if memory serves me correct. Well, this young lady who worked at Carrabba's told me how she would be the one who coordinated all these opportunities, and yes, they were the ones who would go through EasyCater or through DoorDash, or they would do it themselves. In fact, when she would do it for herself, it was selfishly motivated, because she would be the one who would actually do the delivering and take the tip as well. That's what I'm getting at. These restaurants do not like us showing up really at these places, because that's money they feel is being taken out of their pocket. And so there's a couple ways of knowing whether the money is yours or not. Now, fortunately, with places like Dlivrd, the delivery fee is the driver's tip. Fortunately, with DeliverThat, with the tip pool, you may see whereby the delivery fee may be a certain amount, but because of the tip pool, it may actually be better than the delivery fee. That's not to say that that's the tip that the driver is going to get, but rule of thumb. But this actually ties into this the setup required order that I took. Now, I wanted to see on that particular order whether the delivery fee was going to be my tip on the DoorDash order. As it turned out, it was either there was no tip applied to the order, or the delivery fee was that restaurant's tip, and I got nothing out of it other than the $8 fucking flat fee. And that's what I was sharing about. That's what I talked earlier in this segment of the Gig Geezer. So while we're out here, just know that we're not entirely welcomed people at some of these places. And to make such a big fucking deal out of some of these orders really isn't a big fucking deal when you think about how other people are trying to take money from you. But anyway, that's all I have for this quick segment of the Gig Geezer. If you like the content that's been provided in this segment or in any other segment of the Gig Geezer, hit that subscribe button. Give my content a thumbs up. Share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. I'm Inwood Lane, and as always, may your hustle and may your grind continue.